Hi, welcome to back testing with Bolu. I think that's how I'll put it because I actually believe that the key to getting this is you practicing, and back testing is going to help you practice. So I have decided to structure this more. So I've decided to structure our videos more where these backtesting videos where I'm going to make sure that we achieve a goal at the end of the video. So we've done the first one, how to backtest, right? So now we are going to put into action. Before we go to Confluence, because I know I mentioned Confluence in one, we are going to learn step by step, just like how I did in the course. I'm going to make videos like that here. And I did a course in like a few years ago, I think 2021. I think so. But that's not going to change because I poured my heart, my soul, my entire everything into making those videos. And this one is just going to be like in-depth teaching on all of those things. But I can't guarantee it will be exactly like that one because that one I was in teaching, research, everything mode. But we're still going to achieve a lot. I want anybody that wants to learn how to trade should get the right head start. Even before you enter the course. Of course, I want you have to take a course. It's just like you're going to university or graduating. Like you can't just want to trade and want to make millions. You have to learn, right? And learn the right way because there are lots of unnecessary merry-go-rounding information that you get today, don't get tomorrow, you get today. You need to learn how to analyze the charts on your own. And that is where I come in. So welcome, let's get to it. Let me share my whiteboard. If this whiteboard actually shares, because I've been having issues with sharing my whiteboard since yesterday. I'm on Zoom a lot. Right? If it's like a shareholder for Zoom, I should be one of them because I'm on Zoom a lot. So it's not showing. So I guess we'll do this on Trading View. So let's go. Let's do it on Trading View. Oh, I'm going to write the list of what we are learning. Once I write it out, you'll be able to tick it. But first, the first thing is let us analyze what has happened previously in current times in the market, right? Current times in the market. We've been trading gold. Do you remember this trend line here? And I want this to be as progressive as possible. And I mentioned about price coming to this trend line, um, and then falling, right? And selling. But we could have had price go all the way up. I remember I put a fib right there. All that. Price can do anything it wants. But currently what it did was it respected that trend line, respected it so perfectly, went into this zone that we had, went into that sell zone. Can you see my screen? Let me stop sharing and share again. Okay. Went into, like, came back here, came down here, came into this zone, which is another test of this trend line. We had weak exhaustions on 15 minutes. You had a lower high and then price swam down. This is so rewarding, you could 480 pips. Just like that. That can make someone's whole week, even someone's whole month. If you know what you're doing, you can actually make it in this market. So that's what we saw. To take this trade, since you already have your where you're looking for in a area of structure in price, what you're looking for, you can um you can wait for price to get there because I know we were around this area then. Wait for price, and this happened before London session or all of this that happened. Like before and during. So you could have waited for price to get here. This is divergence right here, lower high, a bearish candlestick pattern, and then price pushed up. You even have drop base drop here right here, and then price pushed down rather. And how would you know where it was going to stop? I think I had a higher level of a higher time frame support. So that was what gold did. And our darling GJ also flew up. You know, yes, we were in this critical area, so we're waiting for a pullback around here to join the buy. So uh after analyzing why did price go past this area of previous resistance that we're expecting to turn support, and it did not even give us our usual retest of that support, right? That's because price had to go down here and fill up an imbalance candlestick. You know, you didn't go all the way down. There are sometimes that price will use 50% of that imbalance to create a support level. And if you trace it, if you go back in time, this area is where we have a lot of price action, where price has stopped here before and everything. So, and then you had exhaustion here, higher low W, right? We didn't really get a divergence to tell us. You'd have just known with the exhaustion. Then you see the bullish momentum candlesticks, and then price swam all like flew all the way up. And when we got here yesterday, there was this sell trade that was valid because we're close to a 4-hour supply zone, and you had this divergence. Price was literally right at the top of RSI, creating divergence right here with exhaustion. And you had the bearish momentum candlestick. And just to be careful, you're going to take it to a a very nearby place, which is this trend line here. So that was 60 pips. And so price is currently at the back of that trend line. At the end of the day, price is still has broken that trend line, and it's not, it has to tell us that it wants to keep using this trend line. It has not broken structure, which is what we are looking at in the next video, okay? So let's get into the education part. So I think we should use Pepperstone for learning. So now I think this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 videos. The next 5 videos will cover one, how to identify market structure. How to valid break of structure. Let's just see how to identify a break of structure. Please see how to identify how to read, sorry, candlesticks. So candlestick momentum, I think it's only for how to, because I wrote break of structure twice. Okay, trend lines. And then lastly, okay. So we will be working on these five. So let's start with the first one. Today is how to identify market structure. So when we talk about market structure, we are talking about how price is, the structure of the market. The literal Google definition of structure is the way something is. Let me quickly get. Okay, so if we search the full meaning of, or just the dictionary meaning of structure, it says a structure is an arrangement, an organization of interrelated elements in a material object or system, or the object or system is so organized, right? Something that has been made or built from parts. Something that has been made from built or parts, especially like a large thing. So we can make it, we can say that in trading, structure is just arranging parts of the market. So, so how do we identify market structure? In market structure, price is either going up or going down. So let me use GBP USD as our case study. Excuse me. Price is either going up or going down. We are either going up or going down or sideways or in a range, right? So now that's now like three structures that price can form. An uptrend, that's the trend. A trend is something that is raining now, happening now, right? Twitter has a trend table and all of that. What's trending? What's happening now, right? So it could be an uptrend, it could be a downtrend, it could be a ranging trend. So you can identify this uptrend or downtrend by the structure, like the kind of parts it is forming. And we all know, or if you don't know, the uptrend forms a higher low, and then it forms a higher high. And what does that mean? It means that there was a low before it created, and then it formed a low, but the low didn't go below the previous low, and it keeps creating a higher low like that, and then higher highs. And this we can call, this is an higher, this is, English fill me. But this is a higher high right here because this high is higher than this. That's why it's literally called a higher high. There was a high before, but it's higher than the high. And same with a downtrend, it's just that it's making lows. A low low is going high, but it's a a lower high, right? It's still going down, but it's making highs and lows. So this low is low, but this one is lower than this one, so that makes it a lower low. And that's how you identify a valid up and down trend. So what we're going to do without using time frames or anything, I think that's in the third video. Market structure, I think, is divided into like three because you have to be able to identify the major structure and the minor structure. That's the main structure and the structures that are forming inside that main structure, because price is telling a story, is moving from like letters to words to sentences to paragraphs to a whole page to the next page to a chapter, okay, to a chapter to the whole book. So the whole book is like major structure. But now the chapters are structures inside the whole book. The pages are structures inside the chapter. The paragraphs are structures inside the pages. The sentences are structures inside the paragraphs. The words are structures inside the sentences, and the letters are structures inside the words. So that is a book analogy of market structure, because structure is forming inside of structure. That means we are having higher highs, higher lows, lower lows inside of each other. And then you have the consolidation that does the same high per time. It might not be like equal, but it's the same in the same area. When something is ranging in the same area, that means going from here to here, going from here to here in this for the same period of time. So you can buy, you can sell, and everything. So when we notice that price is in an uptrend, we tend to buy. But which uptrend though? That's where the issue is. It's not an issue though. So we're going to just typically, first of all, identify this. Identify every higher, identify every uptrend that we see. Are you able to identify uptrends? And we want trends that are valid. Okay. So this is a higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. I mean, we have inside, but higher high, higher low, higher high. And then price got here, still made a higher low, but equal high, equal low, lower high, equal low, lower high, equal low, lower high, lower low. Okay? And this lower low is the same equal low here. So we go lower high, equal low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So this is basically market structure. So This is an uptrend that transitioned into a downtrend. Now, how do we know that it's going to move? That uptrend has ended. That's where your break of structure comes in, because the structure breaks, and then that's where you understanding the reversal patterns and candlesticks comes in. Okay, but on the surface level, that is an uptrend going into a downtrend, and this is a consolidation phase. You can see it is not perfect equals, but it's ranging in the same place. Then you bring this out to be a bullish trend, which is an uptrend. So we never had an equal low. You didn't have a lower low, you just had higher lows and higher highs close to it. So basically, that's what we mean by market structure. That's the trending part of market structure. Another structure you need to understand is the areas where we call the support levels and the resistance levels. Same way, dictionary meaning of support, when something is supporting, right? Support meaning. What does support mean? Support means to hold up. Support means to give assistance to. This is especially financial. Support means a thing that bears the weight of something and keeps it upright. This something that bears the weight of something that keeps it upright. Translate it to trading. That means that support is what keeps the low from falling, keeps the weight of the low and bears it upright. So when we say a level of support, we are saying that way price is going to stay there and go upright. So support is where we continue to buy, where buying takes place, because it keeps the weight of that low and stands it upright. Are you following? Resistance is the opposite of support, it's the antonym of support. Yeah, I was typing antonym. Resistance means refusal to accept or comply to something, ability to not be affected by something, especially adversely. Then the impending, this is the one we're going to take, the impending or stopping effect. Impending or stopping effect exerted by one material thing or the other. So a part of resistance is when something is going forward, pushing, there is a resistance that is stopping it. And that's what we mean in trading. The resistance is always it's always something that stops from going up and stops it from going up, right? So that is support and resistance. So that means resistance is where we sell at. So when we have structure and price forming resistance, like it did here in this consolidation, this is resistance. This is resistance because it stopped it stopped the higher high. This is resistance, and this is support, this is support, this is support, this is resistance, this is resistance, this is resistance, this is support, this is support, this is support. It's not different from market structure, it's still structure, it's what we call structure literally. Okay. And that brings us to the end of, our learning on market structure. If you have any questions, you can put it in the comments, and also you can tell me in the comments or message me what we should talk about with trading, because I'm committed to actually doing this here and showing up here. Okay, by God's grace. One last thing that I forgot to mention in the beginning is I found my 21 prayers for traders, because I put God first. I try my best, by God's grace, to put God first in everything that I do, and God is at the center of my trading. And I serve the creator of the universe, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, and the one who sent Jesus Christ to come die for me. Okay, so anyways, um I have prayers for traders. I wrote this years ago also, but I just found it 21 prayers for traders, and I just want to read out one per video. And then what I did is I have 21 prayers, and then I was going to make this into an ebook. I still might. I have prayers for winning trades when you reach a milestone, prayers for when you miss your trading setup, prayer for when you are after a heavy drawdown, and prayers to bring you out of trading depression. So I'll read the one from the 24, 20, 21 first, which is the first one is, I have the power to get wealthy because the Lord Himself gave me the power to get wealth. So you can pray that in your time. I'll read it again. I have the power to get wealthy because the Lord Himself gave me the power to get wealth. And the prayer to bring you out of trading depression. I actually did not complete this. I don't know what I wrote this while I was going through trading depression. And what causes trading depression? When you lose a lot, you're tired of losing. So I'll read it out. If you need it, you can actually use it. The prayer to bring you out of trading depression. My heart may feel like 100 kg weight is on it right now. Everything seems dark and cloudy. I thought I had this figured out, but I don't know how I would figure it out. I have learned everything. I have paid my dues. I have put in the time, but I am still in the same losing roller coaster. I want to experience continuous wins. I want to experience continuous profit. I want to be the best trader I can be. I want to have the life of my dreams from this. Help me, Lord. So I didn't complete that. It could be longer, but that can just be an anchor prayer for you to hold on to if you're going through trading depression. And if you're going through it, let me tell you, you will come out of it. And every single thing that you prayed there will come to pass. You're going to have consistent wins. You're going to experience all of those things. Trust me, I didn't think I could come out of a 100 kg weight. Now that I am going to the gym, which is another thing, another aspect, right, that I'm excited to share. When I start making correct YouTube videos and stuff like that. Hmm? Now that I am going to do, I understand what 100 kg weight means, and boy, is it heavy. I can't even carry that right now. Right now, I'm not going to tell you what I'm carrying because I'm still a beginner. Right, but it's not 100. It's definitely not 100. It depends. It depends. So I've moved from 5 kg. Glory. I just moved last week. And have I even moved fully? I don't know. I don't know. I'm still carrying 8 kg kettlebell. So anyway, uh, 100 kg is a lot, and that was literally how my heart felt then. So if you're going through that, I pray that God will give you the strength to be able to power through. So I will see you if you watch us up until this point. Well done. I actually don't, I'm surprised when people say they actually watched this far. Kudos to you. Well done. And may the peeps be with us. Bye.